What's up, my dudes? Thank you very much for tuning in today. Hope you guys had a most excellent day today. So today I want to talk about that recent interview with Fox News with a furry who managed to make a complete ass of himself. And not only did he make himself look like a complete tit in this video, but he managed to drag the rest of the fandom through the mud with him. And that's really ground my gears, man. That's really baked my poo. I'm not happy about that at all. So the furry in question is a dude named David Kanazka, also known as Vitae Slade. And you all may know this name because he's a dude who currently owns Dealer's Den, which is one of the more popular websites used for selling fursuits, fursuit parts, all that kind of stuff. So he's pretty well known in the fandom. Although he didn't actually create the website himself, he bought it from another furry back in 2018. So giving him any airs and graces over the website isn't really due, because it's not really his work. But the question I want to ask you guys is, where did this really start going wrong? Did it start going wrong during the interview, or before the interview even started? Now Vitae did ask his audience beforehand, should I go ahead with this interview with Fox News? And he put up a poll and everything, and it was yes, no, whatever, and they were all like, no, don't do it. But he went ahead and did it anyway, because, you know, furries. And as you can imagine, the interview went downhill very quickly, because it is Fox News, and they just turned it into a hit piece against furries. And I guarantee we will be seeing this interview rearing its ugly head for years to come. When the wingnuts want to whinge about furries, this interview is going to be one of the things we see. Alongside the bullshit about litter boxes, of course, which still hasn't gone away despite the numerous people who've debunked it. And it's clear he did this because he wants to be centre of attention. He wants to be top dog, the big name of the furry fandom. And he thinks this is his opportunity to do it. This is his chance at 15 minutes of fame. So he went ahead and did it regardless of what his peeps said to him. Because he had simply got tunnel vision. He had seen this end goal of wanting to be famous, wanting to be a poppy fur in the fandom, and this was how he's going to do it. And he really wasn't thinking about the consequences to actions, was he? He was just thinking everything's going to go perfectly. He's going to go up there. He's going to shine this wonderful light on the fandom. And there's not going to be any issues. But he wasn't considering the fact that it's Fox fucking News he's talking to. You know, as my friend Misha B. Barkin said, they're about foxes, unfortunately. And I think this is a common misconception amongst furries. Furries think they are smarter than everyone else. Furries think we rule the internet. There's memes about furries ruling the internet. So naturally furries are going to start believing that. And I think that's what's happening. He believes that he's better than everyone else. And at this interview, he's going to outsmart the Fox presenter. He's going to be like the intelligentsia. I mean, he even said after the interview, in a rather ridiculous tweet, that he's in the top 10% of IQs in this country. And it's like, bruh. So it's clear he thought going into this interview that he was going to dominate it, and there's going to be another pro-furry piece out there, and he was going to become a household name amongst the furry fandom. But unfortunately, that just did not happen, my dudes, because when we got to the interview itself, I found myself cringing so hard at his whitewashing of the furry fandom. He was painting this beautiful picture about how the furry fandom was this wondrous thing, and he enjoyed nothing more than bringing smiles to the faces of everyone.
Oh, for me, absolutely. I'm hoping it's fun for everyone around me. The joy of bringing smiles to everyone's face is really the only reason that I like to do this. Getting smiles and bringing people happiness in all sorts of ways.
And it's like, whoa, I was just like, nah, dog, this comes across as so fake. And you can just guarantee that anyone else watching this could see the fakeness in it, because you know, no furry out there's sole goal is to bring smiles to everyone else's faces. No, half of us are just out here to hang with mates and get crunk at a con. So be honest about it. Because this whitewashing is just making you look ingenuous, and then no one's going to believe anything else you say in the rest of the interview. Not that the rest of the interview went very well. And the interviewer just happily let him prattle on and dig his own grave for a few moments before hitting him with what he'd really come here for. This was the dude's agenda.
To do with that.
Okay, you say it's not sexual. That's fine. We have video that proves otherwise. But if, like, the governor said you can't have kids at the convention, why wouldn't you just say, okay, it's too bad, move on? Why are you and your crew so insistent on having the kids there?
So I don't think that there's a huge backlash, but I mean, I could be wrong. There's, from my understanding, it is, from my understanding, the convention just wants to avoid any legal gray areas that might be present in the law. We're misunderstood as a group, and it's very easy to vilify us.
Okay. Do you blame yourself at all for being misunderstood? I mean, you're the one dressed up as a raccoon.
He wanted to talk about why furries wanted kids to be witnessing squirrels getting spanked. And he's referencing a video which is apparently from a restaurant that spanks all its customers and not just the furries that occasionally go there. It just happened to be a furry in this case. And he's using this as evidence of what happens in furry conventions. And yes, I realise a whole bunch of spanking does happen at furry conventions, but it's always at room parties, it's not in the public spaces. But the way the Fox guy was presenting his question is implying that this is happening in the main lobby, in the convention dealer's den, everywhere, and all that happens is adult stuff. But instead of addressing the fact that that isn't what happens in the public spaces at furry cons, Vitae, he just kind of starts stumbling across himself, trying to personally deny any association with wanting children witnessing that. He could have said, bro, that doesn't happen in the public spaces at conventions, but nah, dog, it's just he completely fucked that answer. And you can actually see this little smile creep onto the interviewer's face at that moment, because he realizes he's got Vitae by the short and curlies. And I think Vitae realized at this point, because he became even more indecisive with his answers, and even more uhs and ahs and ums. And he was very much on the back foot now, very much reactive rather than proactive of what he was saying, and just started answering the dude's questions and walking right into one trap after another. And by the end of the interview, Fox News had got exactly what they want. They'd made a fool of Vitae, they'd got the sound bites they can use in future hit pieces on furries. They'd gotten every single goal they wanted and made Vitae look like a complete fool in front of the world. So now whenever the subject of furries comes up in American media, we're going to see squirrel spankings alongside the litter box drama. And no matter what we as the fandom say about these things, they don't care, man. These are now rhetoric for them. These are reasons why the wingnuts hate the furry fandom. Now, following on from this interview, some rather gnarly things did come out about Vitae, and I'm really not going to comment on those things because I haven't really looked into them in detail, so I don't know the truth of the matter. But it does seem that he has been removed from leadership, or is being removed from leadership of Dealer's Den, and that's going to be handed over to someone else. But in the meantime, if you're looking for another website, the word is that I've seen there is a new website called Furforge coming, which will fulfill a similar role to Dealer's Den. And also, I've heard rumours that the old owner of Furby is going to be dusting off the code, possibly. So it looks like we might have multiple options for buying furry shit in the future, which is always a good thing. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I do recommend two other videos on the subject matter by the most excellent Misha B. Borkin and Lavrat, who have both commented on this subject, both brought separate viewpoints that you might find informative. So go check out their videos, I will link down below to their channels. Now if you enjoy my content in general, consider joining my Patreon, where you can help support me make even more random stuff like this. Now, I did recently use some of my Patreon funds to buy something a little bit fun, and there should be a video coming up soon involving that, possibly fire. But that's the kind of shit that my Patreon goes towards. Or consider joining my Discord, coming and chilling out, coming and hanging with me and the dudes, sharing some memes, that kind of stuff. Other than that, though, I hope you guys have a most excellent day, an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Take care, ta-ra.